1, 2, 3, come on!
Today I am going to discuss about flowchart and pseudocode. Then what is flowchart? Flowchart is basically a diagrammatic representation of the algorithm. For making flowchart, we have to need some shape and their uses. Let us we see the some shapes and their uses in the flowchart. Oblong या oval symbol is used for start or end process. Parallelogram is used for giving input or output. A rectangle is used for computation, and a diamond shape is used for making decision. If decision is right or wrong. Let us see the program and understand the flowchart. Our problem is find the average of three numbers. Firstly, we write the start in oblong symbol. Then after initialize sum equal to 0. Then after we have to initialize sum equal to 0 in a rectangular box. For finding average of three number, we have to require three input. Then after we have to calculate three number, and then after we have to divide sum of three number by 3 to find the average. We have to taking as input as a first number in parallelogram box. After reading first number, we have to calculate the sum of first number with initialization of sum equal to 0. After calculating sum of first number, we have to read second number and calculating sum of second number with the sum of first number. Then after reading third number and calculate the sum with the sum of second number. We read number 1, then sum with initialization sum equal to 0 plus number 1. Then after read number 2 and calculate the sum of number 1 plus number 2. Then after read number 3 and calculate sum equal to sum of second number plus third number. Then after we have to calculate average equal to sum divided by 3. After taking average equal to sum divided by 3, we have to print average. Let us understand this flowchart with an example. We have to taking three number. Firstly, we have to initialize sum equal to 0. Then after read number 1, we are taking 3 is a number 1 as a input. Then after sum equal to sum plus number 1. Then sum equal to we have to initialize sum equal to 0 plus number 1 is 3. So 3. At that position our sum equal to 3. Then after we have to read number 2 and calculate sum. We are taking number 2 is 2 and sum equal to sum plus number 2. Sum equal to, our sum is 3 and plus 2 equal to 5. Then after we read the number 3. I am taking 5 is a number 3 as an input and calculate the sum. Sum equal to sum plus number 3. Our sum is 5 plus our sum is 5 plus 5 equal to 10. And then after we have to calculate average. Average equal to sum divided by 3. 10 divided by 3. Then print average. So our average is print 10 by 3. Then we have to stop. 3 plus 2 5 plus 5 10. So how to write the flow chart? Firstly we have to write start and stop at the last. Initialize sum equal to 0 and taking input number 1, and then after calculate the sum, then after read number 3 and calculate the sum, then after taking number 3 and calculate the sum and average, then after average and print the average. Average is our final result. What is pseudocode? Pseudocode is the normal English language translated into programming language to work on. How this pseudocode we can write? Firstly we have to initialize sum to 0, read number 1, then after calculate the sum of number 1, then after read the number 2. We write the read number 2 and calculate the sum with the previous sum plus number 2, and then after read number 3, then calculate the sum with previous sum plus number 3 and compute the average equal to sum divided by 3, and then after print sum, then after print average and stop. This is our pseudocode.